The first time I almost told Ava Martinez I loved her, she was standing barefoot in our apartment hallway wearing a dark green dress that made my brain forget how doors worked. I had one hand on the refrigerator handle, the other holding a carton of oat milk, and I just stood there like a man who had been unplugged from the wall. She turned once in front of the little mirror by the coat rack and frowned. Too much. I should have said something casual, something roommate safe something like looks nice. Then gone back to pretending I cared about cereal. Instead, I said, "You look beautiful." Ava's eyes met mine in the mirror. For 1 second, everything in our apartment went quiet. The humming refrigerator, the traffic outside, the upstairs neighbor's dog doing its nightly tap dance routine. Then she smiled. Not her normal smile, not the one she used when she beat me at Scrabble by inventing words that somehow turned out to be real. This one was slower, smaller, like she'd caught me doing something I'd sworn I wasn't doing. "You didn't mean the dress," she said. And just like that, the safest lie in my life cracked right down the middle. My name is Caleb Brooks. I was 31 years old, a freelance graphic designer, and at the time, I had a very strict personal policy against falling in love with women who could hear me trip over laundry baskets at midnight, especially when that woman paid half the rent. Ava had moved into my spare bedroom 8 months earlier after my cousin bailed on our lease to move in with a woman he'd known for 11 days. I had needed a roommate fast. Ava needed a place after her breakup with a man who apparently thought emotional availability was something you ordered separately, like guacamole. A mutual friend connected us. "She's quiet," my friend said. That was the first lie. Ava was not quiet. Ava sang badly while making coffee, talked to her plants like they were underperforming employees, and once argued with a parking meter for taking her quarter and giving her nothing but disrespect. She was 29, worked as a pastry chef at a small bakery in Reno, and could make a lemon tart so good it briefly made me believe in organized religion. She also had a way of looking at people that made them confess things. I learned that fast. On her third night living with me, she found me eating cold pizza over the sink at 1 o'clock in the morning and asked, "Are you always this glamorous or is this for my benefit?" I said, "I didn't want to intimidate you too early." She took the slice from my hand, took a bite, and said, "Too late. I'm overwhelmed." That was how it started. Small jokes, shared leftovers, her bakery schedule overlapping with my insomnia. She'd come home smelling like sugar and butter, kick off her shoes, and tell me stories about customers who asked if croissants were supposed to have layers. I'd tell her about clients who wanted logos that were modern but also ancient, and blue but emotionally warmer. Somewhere along the way we became each other's end-of-day person. Not officially. Never out loud. That was the problem. I had rules. Good rules. Sensible rules. Don't date your roommate. Don't fall for someone still healing from a breakup. Don't confuse domestic comfort with love just because she knows how you take your coffee and once bought the good brand of laundry detergent without being asked. But rules are a lot easier to respect when the person across the hall doesn't come home laughing at midnight with flour on her cheek and say, "Don't look at me like that, Brooks." I fought a baguette and lost. So, I got good at looking away. Until the dress. The dress was for her ex-boyfriend's engagement party. Yes, you heard that correctly. Her ex, Jordan, had invited her because people with spotless teeth and no shame do things like that. Apparently, he was marrying the woman he'd started emotionally connecting with while still living with Ava. Ava had laughed when she told me. Not a real laugh. The kind people use when they've decided they'd rather be funny than honest. "I'm going," she said 2 weeks earlier. Standing at the kitchen island and rolling cookie dough between her palms. I refuse to be the sad ex-girlfriend who hides. You could also refuse to attend the emotional circus. I said. She pointed a dough-covered finger at me. That sounds like something a sad ex-girlfriend who hides would say. That sounds like something a man with common sense would say. Common sense is overrated. So is being mature in public. She smiled at that, but I saw the flicker underneath. Hurt. Pride. The old wound pretending it had scarred over. I almost offered to go with her then. Almost. But I didn't trust myself. I knew exactly how I'd behave if I had to stand next to her while Jordan acted like losing her had been a minor scheduling conflict. So, I said nothing. And now here she was, the night of the party, standing in our hallway looking like every bad decision I had spent 8 months not making. The dress had thin straps, a soft neckline, and a slit that wasn't dramatic until she moved. Her dark hair was swept to one side, showing the curve of her neck and a small gold earring I'd never seen before. She touched it self-consciously. My sister said these made me look expensive. They do. Good. I'm going for emotionally stable, but financially intimidating. That's a strong brand. I thought so. She turned from the mirror and faced me. So what? Is it too much? No. Caleb. What? She tilted her head. You're doing that thing. What thing? The thing where you answer like there's a lawyer present. I put the oat milk back in the fridge and closed it, mostly so I could do something with my hands. It's not too much. Her eyes narrowed with playful suspicion. That's still not an answer. It's the answer I'm legally prepared to give. Ava laughed and the sound hit me in the ribs. Then her smile faded just a little. You really think I look okay? There it was, the soft part beneath the armor. I leaned back against the counter and tried to keep my voice steady. Ava, you don't look okay. You look like the kind of woman a man regrets losing for the rest of his life. Her lips parted. I realized too late what I'd said. Not funny, not safe, not roommate approved. The air changed between us. Ava took one slow step towards me. I would say the hallway light caught the green of her dress and for a second she looked less like someone going to a party and more like someone standing at the edge of a question. That was dangerously close to sincere, she said. I've been known to slip. Only with me. I swallowed. Mostly with you. She looked down smiling like she didn't want to then back up at me. That was when I said she looked beautiful. And that was when she said, you didn't mean the dress. I could have denied it. I should have denied it. Instead I looked at her standing 3 feet away from me wearing perfume that smelled like vanilla and orange peel, looking braver than she felt, and I got tired of being careful. No, I said quietly. I didn't.